Hello, welcome to the 199 Unlisted podcast. My name is Frank. I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing clothes. I'm wearing a Rebecca pullover. Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. She's my favorite lolly. Anyway, my favorite person to look at, Anna Ames. She has a video called I Broke Up with My Customer of 2 Years. So, as we all know, she's a stripper. And we're just going to have to assume she had a regular and she had to break up with him after 2 years. So, I wonder why. Is it because he lost his job and couldn't tip her enough? Or is it because he got attached and wanted to date her? I mean, there's so many reasons why a stripper would break up with, a client. Maybe it's because he wanted more than just a dance. I don't know. But we're going to find out. So let's see what Anna has to say.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about how I broke up with a customer I've had for almost 2 years yesterday because of the disrespect. And
Oh, wait a moment. You're a stripper, so you're already disrespecting yourself. Because if you respected yourself, you wouldn't be a stripper. So the fact that you're complaining that a customer disrespected you is crazy, right? Am I the only one who thinks that's just crazy? But okay.
I have sorted my thoughts out on ChatGPT. Hopefully this goes over well. I was thinking about it too because I really haven't told anyone about this since it happened. And there's a lot of girls out there that will FaceTime other girls to talk shit about people. But I'm just gonna organize it and tell everyone. The customer I've had.
You know, I say this every time. I don't know why she's putting stripper business out in public. I just think that's just really weird. And it's probably bad for business because a lot of men who go to strip clubs, like a lot of them are in relationships, like, wife, girlfriend, whatever. And a lot of them do it, behind their, or, just without telling their significant other. I just think it's bad practice, but whatever.
At this club, he's very loyal, sort of. He was an Indian man. He was like 60 years old.
Oh, never mind. Forget it. Why is he even allowed in the club? Oh God.
He was married, 2 kids, the whole shebang. And for his job, I can't remember the full details. I think it was something with a tech company and then also a jewelry store. And same as the last video
That's not a stereotype.
too, I said, oh, I don't want to shit talk anyone, but I feel like if I've closed the door on people, right, and they've done me dirty, it's perfectly fine. And I've closed the door on this man. Blocked.
Basically, what she's trying to say is her word doesn't mean anything. You're making excuses now. So just, I don't know, whatever.
I never want to talk to him again. I'll probably see him again. So I'm going to tell you about all the details of this almost 2 year long, I don't know what the fuck. Part of the reason it was able to last so long too, even though he was very annoying and ugly and weird to be around, was because he would only come in maybe every month, every other month. He would always be taking these long trips with his family for work, whatever he did. And yesterday, actually, he's always offered me these weird work opportunities. Yesterday, he was talking about how he had a $60,000 budget to get a yacht in Miami and also rent a mansion and then bring 10 couples, so 20 people that were all his past clients. For what business, I'm not sure, because there's been parts of when I've known him where I just think he's talking shit. and then parts where I just don't really care whether or not he is because it makes no difference. Because this man,
I don't know who watches this. I mean, if you think about the population of America, you know, the the population, the stripper population. I mean, it's not that many people, like not that many women are strippers. So we're talking like like 0.000 whatever percent. So I can't picture any woman being able to relate to any of her advice because once again her world is skewed through the lens of a sex worker. So I mean, no one has these problems. I mean, and I guess I can understand a guy watching this maybe because she's a stripper, and so that maybe triggers something in your brain, so like you automatically think of sex, so maybe you find her attractive. But I don't I just don't get what is the point of these videos. She really needs to just do. I know it's gonna sound basic, but like fashion stuff, makeup stuff, and talk about something that's a lot more relatable so she can get more viewers and subscribers. Like imagine if she's just started doing like hair and makeup. Do you know how many women watch hair and makeup videos? It Because that's how girls are. So imagine how many subscribers she would have if she did like whatever, like just like something like a girl can relate to. Oh, like I went to whatever Ross and I found all these cool dresses for under $5. I don't know. She could do so much, so many other things, but her whole life revolves around sex work. It's just sort of, I don't know.
every time he would come in, he would this it was the same pattern every time. He would come in, get his either bourbon or beer.
Oh wait. Oh, so I guess in Atlanta you can serve alcohol in just strip clubs because I think out here in California, I think I think um strip clubs where the girls get fully naked, they can't serve alcohol. Um, and then there's like bikini strip clubs, which is it's just really weird. But the girls strip, but they're wearing like like four bikini tops, and then they take one off, and whatever. They can serve alcohol there, and they get lap dances. But I don't know, like they might have changed that law. I don't know, but for some reason I thought in California, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Let's see. Oh, okay. So strip clubs in California can serve alcohol, but with strict limitations based on the level of nudity. I don't know why this matters though. See, this is according to California Department of Alcohol Beverage Control regulations. Clubs that serve alcohol cannot have fully nude performers. Now, here's the problem. Why? Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why does it matter? But anyway, let's see. Topless dancing establishments can serve alcohol if the dancers are topless but not fully nude and follow specific conduct regulations such as maintaining a distance from patrons and not engaging in specific sexual acts. Oh, in specified sexual acts. Okay. Full nudity. Fully nude strip clubs are prohibited from holding a liquor license, meaning they cannot legally serve alcohol on the premises. Workarounds. Some businesses may operate a fully nude club next to a separate licensed bar, allowing patrons to move between the two as this. Oh, so that's how they get around that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I'm like, see, this is why, uh, just, and this is a Democrat run state. Like, this is that red tape bullshit that makes people move out of blue run states. Because whoever made up this law is an idiot. It makes no sense whatsoever. And the only thing it does is basically people build a bar next to the strip, like next to the fully nude strip club. So like, what's the point of having this law? And now I understand why the strip club next to my job, like there are all these like strip clubs next to my old job, and it makes sense now that they all had like a little bar next to them. And like I never put two and two together. I whatever, but now it makes sense. So what's the point of having the law? Anyway, whatever.
And he would expect me to drop whatever I was doing, whoever I was talking to, and to come talk to him. And it would be like 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, of sitting with him and letting him run his mouth until he felt ready enough to maybe take me to VIP and then eventually do that. And he would have me dance for maybe like one or two songs before then, and he would make me wait until he was on maybe his second or third drink of whatever he was getting until we maybe did VIP, which we pretty much always did.
Man, her life seems so hard. Oh, poor thing. Poor thing.
And it really pissed me off because there was a point too in which I like questioned whether or not I wanted to keep working at this place, and I actually pushed through it, continued working, and I was able to move up to the, in my opinion, more desirable shift, which has made me a lot more money, and I have less interaction with people I don't want to be around. So, very thankful for that. That happened. But before then, I would always have like a set amount of time that I could see him, and he would always come towards like the end of my shift, and he would eat up all of my time, and he knew this, and I felt like he was doing it on purpose to where I would just be stuck around him. And
All this is very, very relatable. Oh, yeah. Totally. Jesus Christ. She just didn't like him. If this was, whatever, just a guy she found attractive, it's the same thing. It's like that meme where it's like the good looking guy in the office leans in through the door and tells the secretary like, "Hey, like you look good today," and then the next frame is like this fat ugly guy does the same thing and like she calls it HR. That's all.
it was like for our VIP, half an hour is 200, so he pretty much guaranteed that every time. Um, but yeah, he would do the dance, and he would always say some shit about how, oh, you never do anything in VIP, or are you going to excite me this time? And this specific man, too, it was not.
Oh, she's mad. He rage baited her. I love it. I love it. That guy's not a simp.
Never the sex that got him. I never fucked him. But like that was.
Doubt. I don't listen. She says she doesn't drink and do drugs, and she says she doesn't, you know, prostitute herself. I don't believe it. But that's just me. Whatever. No, I'm not saying maybe him she didn't have sleep with, but like she said she's dated clients before, so isn't that like having sex with the whatever?
Was not what he needed. Like the whole time, every time I did like a 30-minute VIP, this man would talk about basically how successful he felt like he was, and how to be successful in the world. And I felt like he always thought he was smarter than me.
He is because, well, you're a stripper and you dance nude on strangers' laps for $10. So yeah, he is smarter than you.
Even though I was the one who took his money for almost 2 years. um, but his origin story, he came over from India, I want to say when he was 20. And I remember him telling me something about him, like, coming over here, sleeping in a car. Some guy noticed him sleeping in his car and then rented him out a room in his apartment. And then he had like very humble beginnings. I can't remember half the shit that he told me he did, but I do remember his sad story of having to, work hard. And then he's at the point where he's at when all this stuff was happening with the tariffs last year. Oh my god, this man was like going crazy. Like there was a couple times he came in and he was so upset over the tariffs and he like could not be calmed down. Like the drunkest I ever saw him. It was right after the tariffs. And I think he told me he lost, I want to say like $1 million or $500,000. I couldn't even tell you because I just, like, some of it felt like it was true, but then some of it didn't. This man never tips me. And obviously, like, he's Indian, he's stingy, and they're pushy with the sex stuff. Like,
Well, I mean, it's he's Indian, so like you know what happens in India to women. Isn't that like the rape capital of the world is India? And then like look at all the well they call them grooming gangs in the UK, but you know all those like all those foreigners like all those Muslims, Pakis, the those Africans, like like that whole area, and like Muslims in general, like they treat women like shit. And then in India, like India is known for like gang rape. So yeah, like he doesn't give a rat's ass about you. Like he's paying you because you have no choice but to sit and listen to him vent. He's not trying to impress you. He's just venting about his day. Like you're a stripper. You mean nothing to this guy. That's why he treats you like quote unquote disrespectful because well, you know, you don't respect yourself, but he doesn't respect women in general. So I mean, I don't know why she's complaining. I mean, this is like common knowledge about Indians.
some of my best and worst at the same time customers are Indian men. I don't know what it is. The Indians like me. Um, but yeah, he would never take.
They like your white skin and blonde hair. They don't like you. They like your white skin and blonde hair. And if I'm correct, you're the only white girl that works at the club, right? I'm pretty sure because I remember well because she works at more than one club, but I'm pretty sure this is the club where she's the only white girl. But whatever.
At me ever. And I think I asked him maybe one time, and his response was so negative, I never asked him again. But yeah, I never crossed any lines, and that's what he needed. He needed to talk to me for 30 minutes, tell me about his business problems, and then tell me about how to treat people in the world, even though, he was directly trying to fuck me over every time he saw me. But how to treat people, just like it's just like really he wanted to take a mentorship position. I remember too when I first met him, he tried so hard to meet me outside of the club, and I told him that for $1,000 I would. And
I like how on the side it said only for dinner. If you really think that someone is gonna pay, I mean, I can't picture this, but if you think that he's gonna pay you $1,000 just to have dinner with him, that's insane. That is insane. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that, but whatever.
I couldn't even tell you if I truly was going to or not. This was like a long time ago. This was a year and a half ago, towards the beginning of when I met him. And he had a girl too that he had been seeing consistently before me. And when he first met me too, he told me that I was like rough around the edges and unsophisticated, and basically he wanted to like improve me. Like I was his little like project or whatever. And he would always tell me that he could teach me how to like make so much money and how he had all this knowledge. And I really can't even replicate the way that he talked to me. I don't really like I remember, but yeah, I can't replicate it. And it was the same story every time. And the VIP, I'd sit on him, he would complain.
She is kind of big.
Then he would talk about how life is so great. It is like this like toxic positivity while he's drunk and whatever. And then he would always ask me to do something. It was either like a work event or it was trying to get me to go out on a date. And I learned maybe like half a year in that was just his thing. Like he just wanted the fantasy of dating me even though he had a wife, which I brought it up many times. And that honestly is a line I would never cross because the men are men. They're gonna like go out and find other women to cheat on with. But the women, the ones that are married to the men, those they fixate. They fixate hard. Like women hold a grudge for a very long time, and I would never want to be caught on the other side of that. I would never want to cheat on a married man and then have to like face the wife's rage.
It just shows you how dumb women are. If your husband cheats on you, you should be mad at the husband. Or whatever. If your girlfriend cheats on you, you should be mad at the girlfriend. Like, I don't get the people who get cheated on and then they're mad at the person their significant other is cheating with. Like, blame your girlfriend or blame your husband. That's when that's not loyal. And then a lot of times, people don't know. I mean, like I've seen some situations where like women just don't tell that they're married, and like you'll have guys thinking they're in a relationship. It's like, I didn't know you had a husband and kids. It's happened a lot of times.
That's what I'm scared of. um, so yeah, I never met with him or anything. He gave me like fake jewelry one time. That pissed me off too because it was silver jewelry. I only wear gold jewelry. Like
Oh my gosh, you sound so trashy. Jesus Christ. Are you serious? He gave me silver jewelry. I only wear gold jewelry. Like, what? I think that's the funniest thing she's ever said. He gave me silver jewelry. I only wear gold jewelry. Dude, you're a stripper. It doesn't matter.
me for this long. Like it's like kind of obvious that girls have like a preferred color of jewelry they wear.
Oh
And
god.
he got me and he told me it was fake. So appreciate that, but also if you he supposedly had a jewelry store, and it's like if you had a jewelry store like and I'm supposed to be your top stripper whatever, like you can do better. But yeah, he would spend the VIP trying to like ask me out on these extravagant dates and then plan them. And
See, she keeps complaining about him not tipping and stuff, but then he offers her jobs outside of work for a lot of money. That's why he's not tipping. So she needs to just shut up. And then if he's been a client for 2 years, then why do you keep going back, or why do you keep accepting his money? Then if you don't like him, something like it just she's just causing her own problems, But whatever.
And then I always said no. I mean, I'd let him talk and I'd let him like live it out in his head what he wanted to do, but I never did anything. Like there was a top golf date he wanted to do. He's one time he wanted to take me to a really nice steakhouse, and then eventually he texted me something about this like cheap barbecue place around here. After we had talked about the steakhouse, it was bullshit. And then one time he wanted me to go to like some horse farm up north. Didn't do that. Hold on. The horse farm back in January, he wanted, oh, I already said that. He wanted me to work a convention. There's just been all these like weird things he's asked me to do over the
None of those sounded weird. You just don't like the guy. That's why it's weird.
period of time I've known him. He would always push my boundaries, always, and he would be so disrespectful sometimes too.
You're a
Like
stripper. You're
there was
naked.
one time I went off on him, and I feel like he kind of liked it, but he was also like so like he hung out around white people too much,
What does that
like
mean?
stuffy white people. He was just around them too much, and I feel like he I think he found my bluntness refreshing, but I also think he looked down on me, and he also looked down on me being a stripper too. I remember like
Yeah, there's a reason why. The average person looks down on sex workers. Why is that so hard to believe? Who do you respect more? The barista at Starbucks or the girl dancing on the pole? The barista at Starbucks.
a specific scenario when he was talking about me working out in Arizona and like working his booth at the convention, which he said he wanted me to stay in a room with him and one of his either coworkers or employees, I don't remember. And he was gonna pay me I think 3,000 to come out there for a week. And then I like calculated everything. He was like, this is kind of bullshit. Like, this is not enough money to put up with that, and absolutely not to share a room with him, even if it was with another person. And the way he was talking about me being a stripper and how he was, and his son was going to be there too. Oh, God. I would date his son over him. But, yeah,
No,
and
you
he was
wouldn't.
talking about, like, it was like he was playing out in his head how he would introduce me to people and how that I was a stripper, but I had, like, a lot of potential. Even though the whole time I've known him, I've held a job. I worked for a lawyer, then a recording studio. I currently now work for a professional ballet company. Um, and then I have my bachelor's too. It was like he always like wanted to knock me down a peg. So weird to me.
You know what's weird? Having a bachelor's degree but being a stripper. That's what's weird. That is really weird. But okay. Don't you think, and it doesn't matter what it is, that bachelor's degree, whatever job you can get with that degree, must pay more than being a stripper. Because this makes no sense. So either she's lying about having a bachelor degree, because logically, like, there's no logic there. Like, okay, so, like, well, I got my doctorate, but I'm going to go flip burgers at McDonald's. Like, it doesn't make sense. But okay, okay.
They would talk shit too about like me not drinking and me not being fun and never do anything. Like he wanted to like I don't know peer pressure me, whatever. But yesterday it all shattered because I told him about wanting to get not wanting because I told him about wanting to get my master's probably a month ago, and he said some like line about oh well all you're gonna make is 70,000 a year. What are you gonna do with that? As if that was a bad thing. Like that is a great salary. I don't know. I don't know what his problem was. Um, and even then, that's not all I want to do. I would figure out other ways to monetize it. And when I was talking to him yesterday, I was telling him about how I was starting it. It starts in 3 weeks. And I told him I was starting it, and I said that I could open my own practice one day, like my own private practice. And that's when he started being like really disrespectful and just saying weird shit to me. And he
Like
had like
what?
gotten off of a plane too. I couldn't tell you where he came back from. I don't know. He was always taking weird trips. I don't know what the fuck he did.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another perfect example. Like it's only weird because she doesn't like him. I don't. He sounds like he's just an important guy with a job that requires him to travel a lot. So, but I mean, he is Indian, so he probably is weird. But anyway,
I have no idea. I didn't care either because it's like, why does it even matter to me what you do? Because you're already looking at me in this situation as less than you. You're never gonna tip me, so why? Why would I care? He even told me he loved me like 2 weeks ago. Or
oh God, oh God, he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. Oh my God, that man does not love you. Jesus Christ. Okay, sure.
or 2 months ago. Oh, that was the other thing too. He made me cry one time because he said to me, he was like, "Wow, you've done this all on your own. Like, it must be so hard for you." And he said something about like how I have to like protect myself or something. And it was, I cried because, not because he was so proud of me. I cried because that was the one time it felt like he even saw me, and he didn't even actually see me. And I've gotten so good at like just putting on this mask
What?
and being maybe not what people want me to be, but maybe what they need me to be. Because I'm not a fake person.
You just described yourself as being a fake person, and then you said I'm not a fake person. She amazes me.
Really not. But with his case, like I could put on a mask and be what I needed to be in that moment every time I was dealing with him. But yeah, I do remember that. Fucking cried. Can't remember if that was before or after he said he loved me. I didn't say it back. I was just confused. I was so confused. I walked out of there and I told security, I was like, he just told me he loved me. And security said, well, he probably does. And I said, no, he knows what I do for him. And I think, too, that's what made it last so long. Like, I let him live out his delusions. But anyways, back to the straw that broke the camel's back. When I saw him yesterday and I was telling him all about my masters and all of that, I actually had another customer there. And that one, he likes me a lot. He's new. I don't lie to anyone, though. Like, I
Oh, that's bullshit. Okay. Okay.
really don't. If they want to believe they eventually have a chance with me, they can believe that I'm dating someone right now. I tell everyone that. I usually wait until after they've spent like a good amount of money, just so, if I lose the money, then it'll be fine. But I don't lie to people. But anyways, that guy.
I still can't get over the fact that she's dating someone. Do you really think that this is a serious relationship? What man in his right mind would date a stripper? There was a guy, I forgot her name. Well, it doesn't matter. But God, I was over. I'm just gonna call it a crack house. And then this guy had like this 19-year-old girl staying there, and she would babysit his daughter, and she had a newborn, and like she was pretty, but she's the living situation, you're like, okay, this is where you got a 19-year-old with a newborn babysitting your whatever 9-year-old. Anyway, like she like walked away, and he told me she's a stripper, but she won't tell me which strip club she works at because she doesn't want me to go there. And I was just like, it just made sense now that she was 19 with a baby living in a crack house, because her life is, she's a stripper. And then months later, she found a boy or a man to date, and she moved into his apartment, and like, she brought the baby, and he was just like, I'm gonna describe the guy. He just came off as like being a simp, just like this beta, like 100% beta, like a guy you could just like walk, like, trample over. I don't know, cause it was just weird because he was a guy who was perfectly fine with his girlfriend being a stripper, and I'm just like, looking at him, trying to see if is there anything normal about this guy, and it just he came off as he was like missing his soul or something, and I don't mean like in an evil way, just like he didn't respect himself enough to be with a woman who wasn't a stripper, and he didn't respect himself enough to be with, a woman who wasn't a single mom. It was like it was just weird. And then I can, but the thing is, he had his own place, and she's only with him because of the place, because she was probably tired of living in the crack house. With like, like and I'm assuming there was, sexual favors going on there, because, well, why else would, he have her stay? But anyway, so I just can't picture the guy that she's dating being a, like being serious about her, because, she's telling the truth, like, because her last video, it was in his place, and she's like, oh yeah, this is one of his places. So, I'm saying, like, if a guy is super rich dating a stripper and she's still a stripper, it means he doesn't take the relationship serious, because, like, you wouldn't want your woman being a stripper. So this isn't a serious relationship. She's being used for the sex.
He likes me. He was waiting on me, and I told my current Indian customer I was with, I said, okay, let me go tell this guy that I'm going into the VIP with you, because he also wanted to take me later, but he's going to stay here for a while, and I want to, be respectful of his time. And the Indian guy, he just lost it, and he was like, oh, that is such a turn off. And he was on his way to go get his second drink too. He literally said that he wanted to go to VIP then, and then he was like, actually, just kidding, let me get a second drink. Like, it was always like a power game with him. Like, how much time of hers can I take and soak up and not pay and not tip?
Well, apparently 2 years worth of time, because that's what happened.
And see, I just always felt like he was dangling money over my head. But anyways, he was like, you need to choose between him and me. And I was like, are you serious? Like, this is my job right now.
The stripper is shocked that she's being disrespected by a man who pays her to dance naked on his lap. Wow.
Like, he's been waiting for a long time, and because I said one thing, you're now going to act like this. And he went over to get his drink, told me that I needed to make a decision. I had a friend too come over who I hadn't seen for a while, and she hugged me, and I told her, I was like, this man is being so disrespectful, like, she asked me if I was okay, and I said, just let me take care of this. And I just started like stewing, it was like the whole almost 2 years were playing back to me. Every moment he like tried to disrespect me, every moment he wanted me to kiss him, every moment he like wanted to put a hand where it didn't belong. and I watched him, sit down. And I'm real scary when I'm mad too.
Sure.
Especially when I'm like boiling and there's clearly a lid over it.
Sure.
I just told him everything he was. I said, I've known you like almost 2 years, right?
Oh boy, this is gonna be good. Yeah.
And then I didn't scream right away, but I was looking at him and I had never uttered like the words about him not tipping me because once he got angry, like he would use it against me. So that's why I held everything in for that long. Because I didn't want to lose the money, but
Because all
thankfully
you
with
care about
me,
is money, and it's pretty obvious.
being promoted, you could say, now I make more money and I don't need him. And I feel like, too, because I mentioned the whole Masters thing, and then he realized, like, maybe I'm a little smarter than he thought I was.
No, he didn't think that. Because you're a stripper with a bachelor's degree.
And he realized I didn't need him. I think that's why he was giving me the ultimatum. And I just told him, I was like, you constantly push my boundaries. You're always asking me to do these work things for you. You always want to go out with me, even though you have a wife. You've never tipped me. Like the whole 2 years that I've been here. I told him to go find another hoe for his yacht. Um, and I think he forgot about that. Like, he forgot that he was, like, coming to me with this need of needing some fun party girl on his yacht that he would have to pay to impress all of his, like, people. I think he completely forgot about that when he was dealing with me, as if, like, how he treated me wouldn't have consequences. And he would probably have to go find another hoe. And
Which is really easy to do. Hoes aren't special. Jesus. And I wouldn't be surprised, because I'm assuming this guy, it sounds like this guy spends a lot of money at the club. I wouldn't be surprised if he complained about her later on and she, you know, lost pole time or something.
and I did start, like, screaming at him. I don't really remember. It was something
Sure.
about me telling him how disrespectful he was and how to never text me again and how I was done with him. But yeah, I was full on screaming. Yep. Poking his chest with my finger and everything.
So is she naked when she's doing this? I don't know. This is...
Oh, the crazy thing was, too, he thank God I did this, but a while ago he wanted to follow my Instagram, so I let him, and he was following me from his jewelry store account. And when he was looking on his phone, he went to pull something up, and he went over to his Instagram, and all he typed in was like one letter, and it was the letter S. And it may be a letter E. I don't remember what he was searching up, but it was two letters that were in my name that weren't even like important letters. Like, and my name was the first one to pop up. And I'm so thankful I've hidden my story from him, because whenever I do have a obsessed customer, I will hide my story just so they don't see shit. Anytime I notice anyone who's like too crazy, then
She is way too involved with customers. Like, obviously, if she's giving out her number to customers, come on. She's doing some other activities. Cause that's so so you dance naked on a guy's lap. He pays you. You guys exchange numbers. I don't know that. Okay, whatever.
and I hide it because you don't need to know. Um, but yeah, I was just shocked to see my name pop up, and then the other girl too that used to be his favorite. Her story was the first one on his Instagram, and it's been the first one. Like, this man is just like obsessed. And then I just came to think, like, he probably just he said something too a while ago. If I was half your age, I would have married you. And he probably meant it. And I don't understand his obsession with the same people he wants to look down on. It's just
Well, you're a woman and he's Indian, so he's gonna look down on you. It's just how it is.
weird. Weird. And I was just I was shocked to see. When I first met him, too, the very first VIP I ever did with him, he tried to act like, because then I was real serious about singing then, and he tried to act like he knew people that he could set me up with and get me singing. Oh, he's taking a nap. Um, but yeah, I got rid of him. I felt so much better after that, too. And then that guy who was waiting on me, I told him everything that happened. Oh yeah, and when I was screaming at him too, I was like, "You make me work so hard for your measly little $200 every time, and you take up so much of my time, and you're so disrespectful." And but yeah, I was telling the guy who was waiting on me everything that had happened, and he just handed me 200 on the spot. And I kept complaining about the previous guy, and he was like, "You need to stop talking about this."
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm paying you. Shut up, ho. Exactly.
It's like, okay, I'll stop. It's in the past.
No, because he just doesn't give a fuck. He's paying for his service. He doesn't care about anything else. But it shows you how much she likes money. That's all she cares about. So
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that actually. Cause I'm good at saying when things bother me, but I'm not good at like the hard line of "fuck you." That one's harder. Saying it in person's harder. Like I'd rather do like a quiet "fuck you," block you on everything, than make you wonder. You know. But the screaming in a public place, oh god, I feel like when you're in a video game and you kill the last monster. That's what it feels like. The only reason I'm putting this video out there is because I need more watch time hours so I can make money from my YouTube. So I hope you guys made it all the way to the end. I hope this was entertaining for you. True story. Everything is a true story.
well, since because I am a dedicated reactor to your videos, I have watched all your videos till the end. And I hope I'm helping with your watch time. Maybe you can stop being a stripper. But anyway.
Imagine being him and then. Because I don't advertise this YouTube, but imagine being him and then. Seeing a 20-minute video about yourself. Okay, bye guys. I am the smarter one though.
You're a stripper. I think being a stripper is probably one of the dumbest life decisions ever. Anyway, I was entertained. I don't know about you, but anyway, you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace.